When you think about the US and China, what comes to mind? Probably headlines about trade, right? Technology? But what if I told you the real conflict, the one that's going to define our entire century, is happening completely under the radar?
Yeah, that's right. The biggest, most important power struggle on the planet is happening right now. And this thing is going to completely reshape our economies, our societies, even what it means to have a job.
See, this isn't a war with bombs and bullets. Nope. It's being fought with algorithms, not armies. The battlefields, they're data centers and factory floors. It's this silent, cold race for total dominance, and it's all powered by AI and robots. Okay, so to really get what's at stake here, we've got to look past all the noise you see in the headlines.
You know, all the talk about trade wars, semiconductor chips, tariffs, that stuff is important, for sure. But honestly, it's just the tip of the iceberg. These are just symptoms of a much, much deeper competition. Think of them as small skirmishes in a huge, undeclared war.
So, if it's not really about chips or tariffs, what's the real prize? What are these two superpowers actually fighting for?
It's this: control over the future of work itself. I mean, think about it. For the first time in all of human history, the main workforce doesn't have to be human. We're talking about a new kind of labor that never sleeps, never eats, never goes on strike. And the country that figures out how to master this new workforce, these AI brains and robotic bodies, they're not just going to lead the world economy. They are going to write the rules for everybody else.
And this is where things get really, really interesting. Because the goal is the same for both sides, right? Dominate the age of automation. But the way the US and China are trying to get there, completely different playbooks.
All right, let's break it down. You've got Team USA, who I'd call the perfectionist. Their strategy is totally top-down. It's born in these elite labs, funded by venture capitalists who are making these huge bets on moonshot breakthroughs. The whole idea is to create the single most advanced, perfect AI on the planet. Then you've got Team China, the pragmatist. Their approach is the complete opposite. It's bottom-up. They're using their giant manufacturing power and government backing. And they're not obsessed with making the one best robot. Nah, their goal is to get millions of good enough robots out there everywhere as fast as humanly possible. It's all about pure scale and just being everywhere at once.
And that quote really nails the difference, doesn't it? The US might be building a Formula One engine, the most powerful one in the world, but China? They're just focused on running more laps than anyone else. And here's the kicker in the world of AI. Every single lap you run actually makes your engine stronger.
So that brings us to a really crucial point. How does all this abstract tech stuff turn into real, tangible power? Well, it happens right where AI meets robotics.
Okay, so think of AI as the brain, right? It's this incredible intelligence that can analyze, predict, and make decisions. But if it's just sitting in a data center somewhere, it's all just potential. It can't actually do anything in the real world.
That's where the robot comes in. The robot is the body. It's the physical stuff, the arms, the wheels, the sensors that can move things, lift things, build things. By itself, it's kind of dumb, just following simple commands. But when you connect that AI brain to the robotic body, whoa, now you've created real power.
What you get is this amazing, powerful feedback loop. It works like this. You put a robot out into the messy, real world. It goes around, does its thing, and collects tons of data. All that data gets fed back to the AI brain, which learns from it and gets smarter. Then, you take that smarter brain and put it into a new, better robot, and the cycle starts all over again. I mean, think about your Roomba, right? How it gets better at cleaning your house the more it runs. Now, just imagine that same idea, but on a national scale. That's why China's Run More Laps strategy is so powerful. More robots equals more data. More data means smarter AI, and smarter AI means better robots, and you get them faster than anyone else.
Okay, so if getting these things deployed is the name of the game, then this whole race isn't just about who has the best software. Not at all. It's about who has the massive, kind of hidden, physical infrastructure to support an entire nation of robot workers.
And these are the real pillars of power in the 21st century. We're talking about data centers. Think of them like modern-day fortresses. You need absolutely enormous energy grids just to keep them running. You have to have lockdown supply chains for all the hardware. And this is a big one, you need a government that can make rules and decisions at the speed of technology, not hold it back.
Just to give you some perspective on this, think about the power needed. Powering a nationwide AI and robot system, that's not just some line item on an IT budget. No way. This is a matter of national energy security.
We're talking about needing a power grid as big as one for an entire city.
And this points to a huge potential weakness. A country can have the absolute best tech on Earth, but if it takes them years to get a permit for a new data center because of red tape, they're going to fall behind, fast. Bureaucracy can actually be a bigger problem than a technology gap. In this race, how fast you can build and deploy is a weapon, plain and simple.
So this is where this huge global struggle starts to get personal. Because the winner of this race doesn't just get to be the #1 superpower. They get to decide the rules that all of us, you and me, will live and work by. And let's be crystal clear. There's no second place here. This is a winner-take-all game. The country that leads this revolution doesn't just get a little economic bump. They get to set the global standards for, well, for everything. Manufacturing, shipping, labor laws, even ethics. And whoever loses, they'll just have to play by the winner's rules.
This all forces us to ask a really deep question. You know, when machines start to define what productivity even means, the speed, the accuracy, the fact they never stop, what's left for us? What's the role of a human? How do we compete with that? Or how do we work with it? How do we find our value in a world that's being built for machines?
So, when all is said and done, history isn't going to care who came up with the most brilliant algorithm in some fancy lab. The history books will be written by the country that actually put millions of them to work in the real world, the one that reshaped the entire global economy to look just like them. The only question that's left is, who's it going to be?